Hello, everybody. This is Ali Youssef, and today I'll be reflecting on ParcPad. And essentially, here I'm going to be tracing the lineage of ubiquitous computing that was founded inside of Xerox PARC, their own labs. So, an introduction: the ParcPad developed by Xerox in Palo Alto, which they call it PARC, it was essentially an embodiment for how ubiquitous computing we're kind of seeing today. And in 1988, the term ubiquitous computing kind of shaped how we look at it in today's day and age. Essentially, looking at some devices that integrate invisibly and it becomes part of our daily lives and it becomes as natural as it can be while using electrical components and electricity. So looking at the ParcPad, as you can see on the right side, that how it looked like essentially the size of a book. And the vision here was to try to create a ubiquitous computing platform that essentially can enable people to be more interactive, which led to the creation of the such prototype for the ParcPad, which was in the size of a book. And as well, they created something else called ParcTab, which was on the palm size, a little bit smaller than the ParcPad. And these were not just experimental gadgets, but as well, they used it to test their other ideas that they had within their research laboratories, which become an extension of our daily lives activities currently. Some of the stuff that they worked on are related to UX and UI, how they can integrate seamlessly with different hardware and settings. So if we want to dig deep into the operational success and the legacy of this such device, historical device, we see that they were not just looking at it from a commercial hit. They were looking at it to how they can enable different things to connect with it and try to develop things that complement it. So some of the things that was as well included in this innovation was the Ethernet networking, the PDF file format, and the electronic paper. And essentially, it kind of ignited the view of how we can complement such new technology and hardware with different software applications. So these technology undeniably shape the technological landscape that we are seeing currently. And emphasizing on portability and the ease of interaction, those were the main design requirements that they were trying to achieve with this ParcPad. And it's kind of, this is how the vision of the technology was and how we can see it day to day currently. So those are all the good things currently about the ParcPad, but we want to look at and critique a little bit how these compare and contrast with what we have currently. Back in the day when Xerox created the ParcPad, it seems to us right now it's a little bit limited and clunky. And the conceptual idea of having a tablet currently in our day and age is kind of looking at it as much more faster, much more seamless, and much more, even interactively seamless between different devices. And the journey that we see between auxiliary screens to sophisticated tablets we see currently marked an increase in power, portability, and ability to seamlessly integrate with our digital ecosystem. So, for example, if you're an Apple user, you're expecting that your watch will seamlessly connect with your laptop, your phone, and your iPad. And similarly, with different operating systems, some people can connect their Android watch to their Apple phone, and vice versa. So that was not seen with the ParcPad because there wasn't enough technology and software to try to think about these different features. And I think they didn't want to fall into feature creep. So essentially, the ethos of ubiquitous computing has been fully realized in modern devices, which are now integrated in our daily lives. So they looked at these things and they tried to make it more improved for our current day and age. So when we say back then and now, we need to look at the influence of the ParcPad on current technological advancements. So the development of the ParcPad laid the groundwork for different technologies we see currently, and we take it for granted. Some of those things are the touch interfaces, the mobile computing, and the Internet of Things. And as well, some major companies looked at this breakthrough at Xerox, such as Fujitsu, Motorola, NEC, Microsoft, Samsung, and Oracle, which they looked at what they have proven in their laboratories is possible, and they looked at that and they leveraged it and they worked on different other seamless technologies that everybody uses these days. So just to give you a little bit examples of what are some of the things that we currently use that are originated from the vision that Xerox had. Obviously, the Apple iPad. How is it similar? Essentially, the idea of being portable, having a touch screen, and as well having a wide range of applications you can use it from a professional perspective and a personal perspective was achieved, similar to the iPad and the ParcPad, but it's a little bit different in terms of the components internally. The iPad are much faster. They have higher processing power, better display quality, and have different ecosystems for applications to be implemented on the device itself compared to the ParcPad. In terms of the Microsoft Surface tablets, which we know this is a new suite of tablets that are detachable and attachable to different keyboards that Microsoft have, they share the same idea of being portable as well, having that touchscreen experience, but they're different in terms of the attachability to different keyboards, stylus systems, and the Windows itself, the Windows ecosystem itself. And lastly, Samsung Galaxy Tab, which is essentially the main tablet that Samsung has and advertises, they share the same thing, ease of using as well, having a touchscreen and portable. But for Galaxy Tab, it have more integrations for displays, cameras, and ability to make phone calls even, and that was not in the Xerox ParcPad. So if we want to look at the paradigm of ubiquitous computing today, we see that this is a descendant of the visions and technologies that emerged and envisioned by Xerox PARC. And the notion that computing should be as accessible and natural as any utility is now a reality. And all that comes back to the foundational work that was done in those labs to create such a device like ParcPad. So in conclusion, by looking at the ParcPad and gaining wisdom from its history, we gain a lot of insights into the evolution of the human interaction with technology and the seamless integration of computing into our lives. And as well, we look at this and appreciate the different strides that were made, but also prompt us to think about what the future innovations in ubiquitous computing could look like. And these are my references. And thank you for tuning in.